Woosah. Woosah on this Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or just Eastern Time, as Stats will, I'm sure, tell me later, or 10 a.m. in our Queensland, Australia office. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Technically Speaking Live. What is the good word, y'all? I see some early folks out there. Thank you so much for stopping by. Digital Slang, what's good, my man? How are you today? I'm a dirty, rotten liar. I'm just a straight up, just filthy, rotten liar. Liar. And I knew it. And so, Jason, Tuna Tech here already. You called liar. You did. I got headphones coming out the yaya over here. You called liar a while back. As a matter of fact, on Unhinged Tech, which comes on 30 minutes after the greatest show on Wednesdays, they also called it. And so here it is. This is the elusive Pixel 5, which has been in my possession for more than a month. Aaron TSI, thank you so much for never leaving. Welcome back to another fabulous. So, Miss Kathleen, liar, pants on fire. I am a filthy liar. But it's here. Techie K, welcome. I said Digital Slang. Everybody already knew you had, but I didn't. But you knew I couldn't say it. So there's that. I was not allowed to say it. If I literally tried, I didn't want to tell anybody because I couldn't. But I tried to give you as much information as I possibly could without telling you or breaking embargo or doing anything like that. I didn't want to do it. But I mean, if I know all of you in the comments watch every single video that I make, except for Stats, who doesn't actually do that. But most of you do. And so if you start like watching content that comes out around the Pixel, especially the Pixel 5, I think I did a top 5, something that the Pixel 5 had to have. If you look at the date on that video, I'm just saying. I got some hot takes to take today. Struggling out. I have some hot takes to make today because I have been getting just blasted on Twitter by some folks and also in the comments on my video as well as it relates to the Pixel 5 about evidently I'm a fanboy, which I guess, okay, cool. I'm a Google fanboy, whatever. Evidently I'm not allowed to like any other phones. I'm not allowed to say other phones are great. And I can only say I love Google products only. Yeah, there's been a lot of videos out there they're talking about how unflattering they are, which I think is hilarious. Tuna Tech brings that up. These same people that make those comments make the exact same comments about how quote unquote bad or this, that, and the other that the Pixel 5 is. They actually then quote videos about how great the Pixel 4 XL was. And these are the same people that said they had a problem with the 4 XL. So all they are is just a bunch of hypocrites at that point, because what they're doing is they're just trying to find something that fits their narrative. And that's probably the biggest issue that I have with people that come in the comments. Like some clown was in my comments earlier with technically T, actually. So T and I were on a complete string, just the two of us on Twitter, talking about the Pixel 5, and this person comes in, it's like, it's the worst phone ever. It's the only thing that has going for it is portraits. It's the worst camera. And then proceeded to say that the OnePlus had better cameras. What? The OnePlus doesn't have better cameras. It uses the WEBCAM app, you big idiot. What are you doing? Get out of my comments. Get out of my mentions. I ain't got time for this shenanery. So we're going to get into that today too, but I got to bring in Stats because otherwise I'm going to start dropping all sorts of expletives, and we cannot have that. The Lord said we cannot have that. Yeah, I was going to say, if you like a device, you're a fan. I don't understand it. Review is like politics. You're 100% right. You're never going to make everybody happy. But let's bring in Mr. Stats. Stats, I'm going to add you to the right. Oh, fancy dancy. Mr. Stats, how are you today, my friend?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and to you, Scott Laird Peachy, as well. I agree with you. Woo saw all the things. Everybody in your mentions that doesn't agree with you is a hating ass hater.
Wow.
And not only did you
Love it.
lie about the Pixel 5, you also lie like a dog about me not watching your videos. Because if all of our fun fans in the chat go back and look at the comments on your videos, I make a snarky comment on every single one, which shows not only do I watch it, I pay attention to what you say in the
There
video.
are times where you definitely do, but I have some gems. Like there's some gems in my videos that I drop that are really like out of context, really look bad. I think
And
one was like the sound out of my pants was one from the
yes,
Pixel 5 videos. Like, why did I say that? Why did I do
and
that?
in and among the million and one things that we all miss and love about Greg, his ability to put together a supercut of malapropisms or misspoken words, or
Especially
you
mine.
know, little ticks that people have. He was good at it, and he had the patience to do it. So I'm sure he gets a chuckle every time you drop a new video. So
And here's the thing is like I got people. I literally just checked the comment right here. I got people right now. Wow, Digital Slang. Someone told me I should euthanize myself in the comments the other day. And this gets back. Okay, now here we go. This is where I go. That pushed me over the edge because there is literally no point that someone, if you are that upset, if you are that angry about somebody making a tech video, you need to legitimately go, okay, wait a minute. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? If you're telling somebody that they should die over a video that I'm going to guess Digital Slang was probably tech related,
probably.
then what are you doing? If you're that angry, you need help. Like I'm not even like mental health is something that's very close to me. If you are going to make those comments, if you're going to use it under the guise of like, well, I mean, I like to push the envelope, cut it, save it. I'm not buying that. If you're going to say like I'm doing that just to get a rise out of somebody, save it. Shut up. Get out of my comments. There's no place for that. Not in 2020. The world is very hard. Life is hard. Knock it off. There is no place for that.
The comment section on a YouTube video is not the place to push the envelope. It's not the place to, wish harm on anybody else. It's not the place to, have that kind of vitriol for someone that they probably don't even know.
It makes no sense to me.
People looking there. It's
no
people
sense.
looking to. It's people looking for attention is what it really is.
And I get that. If you want the attention, it makes total sense. I am all about like, if you can have a constructive piece of criticism, I welcome that. But if you're going to come at me and just be like, your video sucks because you're fat, stop it. Stop it.
How many chocolate chip cookies are left on that plate?
Still two.
Okay.
Still two. Vito, I know that you're annoyed it went backwards in a lot of feeds. And let me ask you this much. The 4A 5G is the XL version of the Pixel 5. No question. So if you want an XL version, go buy the 4A 5G. Now the 5 in my opinion doesn't lack, and it sucks that you're disappointed, but when you get the Pixel 5, and I'm not just saying this because this was given to me or anything like that. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is this thing does a lot of things that it's going to make a lot of people happy. There's probably some very specific stuff that you are looking for in this, but there's a lot that this thing does that gives me very excited about the direction of where Google's going from the Pixel perspective. But here's the thing. I make that exact comment because Vito, in the exact same thread that you and I are in my comment section, there's another person who makes, by the way, a completely contrary argument. Is that the right word for it?
Yes.
Okay. An argument that's completely the opposite of mine. I like the way they're going from a hardware perspective. That person doesn't. But that person also comes into the comments and makes good conversation. That's why I'm still responding, because it's not like the person comes out like, to be honest, you just suck as a human being and you're the worst piece of trash ever. No, he's actually quite civil. Like, I would really enjoy having a conversation with that person because they make good points. They make a point that supports their argument. I am all about having that conversation. I personally disagree. I actually really like the way they're going from a direction perspective, but that's my opinion. And that's the point of tech. That's why there are, and I watched Juan this afternoon, time all blends. It's the same with days. He brought up a good point about the Pixel 5. There seems to be like this thing that you have to say you're a winner and you're a loser. And he made this great analogy as it relates to a car. There are all sorts of different car types. Sports car, SUV, UAV, sedan, two-seater,
Truck.
coupe, whatever, right? And you don't go, hey, stats, you suck because you drive a truck. No, you just drive a truck. Hey, Scott, you suck because you drive a Jeep. You know what's best? A coupe. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's why you can have a phone like this and go, I really like the Pixel. I think it would be great. You should buy this phone, or you shouldn't buy this phone. You know what I also have? I have a 4A. That's also a great phone. I have an iPhone. That's also a great phone. That's okay. That's okay. That's what I don't understand. There's no winners and losers here. Jesus Christ, it's just tech. Well, it is not Doctors Without Borders. You are not saving lives. For the love of Christ, if you like an iPhone, it's okay.
I think you made a really important point in the middle of that well-deserved, well thought out, and surprisingly well-spoken rant. Of if people would be just a little bit more respectful in the comments, even if they are disagreeing with you, to where it would drive a discussion versus their comment just being wiped out by the creator, they would actually get even more attention. They would get more engagement. They might get some people, if they have their own YouTube channel with their own content, it might drive some people, some more views, some more ad revenue. So again, back to the beginning, I have zero tolerance, zero patience, and zero understanding for people who just go straight off the 10-meter diving board and try to annihilate somebody at the first go without even attempting to engage them in conversation.
Right. So dumb. Let's go to the comments, because I know there's some bangers out here. I know there's some bangers out here. Digital Slang, it was a Fold 2 video. No reason why you should die. It's just a Fold 2. By the way, the Fold 2, also a great phone. A great phone. And it's okay for it to be a great phone. By the way, Scott's just showing was just showing my wife the Pixel 5 video. She likes the battery life portion where you switch to the porn music. You're welcome. You're welcome. Like that screen on time. Screen on time for days. Gonna get that screen on time. Gonna get 7 hours of screen on time. I'm sorry.
You should be.
We meet again. We meet again. Wow, this is really aggressive by somebody named Tech Odyssey. Odyssey? Odessey. The Bearded Liar. We meet again. Maybe I should swing into your show afterwards so you can call me a liar right to my face. Right to my face. The 4A 5G with 90 hertz. Unfortunately, it doesn't have 90 hertz, but I don't get caught up in the 90 hertz, 60 hertz thing. But I can tell you right now, the battery life on the Pixel 5 is phenomenal. And if the 4A 5G is as good as that, it'll also be phenomenal. This is aggressive. Wow. Jeez. Wow. You're right. Keyboard warriors sitting behind the screens, man. That's just sucks. It's just tech, guys. Uh, yeah, you know me. That's not how this works. I don't chill. I am like one French fry away from stroking out constantly.
Have
Yeah,
another chocolate chip cookie.
yeah, I know. Vito, it's the same thing as like, I totally get it. It's a good civil conversation. That's why I know you've been in my comments before, and I really appreciate you coming back and watch the videos. And that's the thing is like, we usually have really good civil conversations. I appreciate that. And so, yeah. There's a lot to like in the Pixel 5 Vito. Trust me. But I got to be honest with you. If you're coming from the 4A XL, man, the 4A XL is such a great phone, and it's getting a lot of the same things and a lot of the same perks that the new Pixels are, because that's Google's strategy, which is great. It really makes the entire Pixel ecosystem better. A lot of the same features and new Pixel specific stuff that you're going to get on the 4XL. Honestly, if you're kind of on the fence, I would recommend waiting, because that's still a banger of a phone. I absolutely love it. So let's see. Yes, you're 100% right here, Larry. You think this is bad? Do the whole gaming PC on versus console debate. It is a holy war. PC versus console is Apple versus Android. I drink water, so I'm a water fanboy. Yeah, you might as well be. That's true. But it's not in white. Look, I love Panda Edition phones, but the black on black Pixel 5, so it's what I refer to as the murdered out 5. It's all black everything. The buttons on the side, nice and clicky, all murdered out, all black. Love it. That's like a nice textile type feel. It feels great in the hand, paws. It's really, really good. Like, I really, really like it a lot. Okay. We're going to talk about some Apple stuff today, but I can't promise you that I'm not going to get angry again. And everybody loves when I get angry, because I get really loud. So did you notice I backed away from the mic? I backed away from it.
We're all thankful.
I'm trying to like make sure that I don't blow anybody out. Like, Paul, Jesus, what is wrong with me? Why do I say that?
I need to know why you're wearing two different headphones.
Okay, you want to know why I'm wearing two different headphones? So I got one that's plugged into my Mac over here so I could hear you.
Okay,
and then I have the other one plugged into my soundboard, because when I do things like this,
you do it so you don't hear the delay.
There is no delay. I can't hear it because I'm not listening to the live stream.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I got you.
I don't see that Google went with 3 mid-range phones. I think we got to get out of the mid-range. I think we can do mid-range price point, but I think we have to start looking at features, capabilities. Like, I think we got to get out of it. It has flagship level features at a mid-range price. That's kind of the thing, is like, so I really want to get out of, like, it is a mid-range phone only in price, but I think we need to start looking at what are the capabilities it can do. And that makes it a flagship level experience. Like 4K 60 for a long time was flagship. 8K, is that now the flagship? We're moving the goalpost here. So I think what we have to do is we have to be cognizant of when we say the thing like a mid-range phone, is it mid-range because it has mid-range specs, features, capabilities, whatever you want to say, or is it mid-range because it's a price point? There's a lot of things that the Pixel does that are more closer to the high-end flagship, only at the price point of a mid-range phone. And vice versa. There's some things that Samsung does really, really well that makes it a flagship. Like the Fold 2 is a flagship. It is a flagship. But some would say, well, wait a minute, what about the cameras? Because the cameras in the new Samsung S20 FE are the same ones, I think, that are in the Fold 2. So does that make the Samsung S20 FE a flagship device? Well, no, because then it's mid-range because of the mid-range price point. I would actually argue that the Samsung S20 FE has quite a bit of flagship tendencies at a mid-range price. That's what we got to get to. It is a mid-range phone only in price, not in specs, features, capabilities, or like experience wise. So that's where I think we got to get really careful.
I agree. And I'm not necessarily disagreeing
thanks,
with,
brother. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the super chat. I'll see you in a little bit.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing with Vito, but the thing that has struck me so much this year in particular, and we've talked about it on this show several times, is if the phone does what you need it to do, why are we arguing about whether or not it's a flagship? If it's the latest and greatest product and you're paying a mid-tier price, let's be happy for that these technology companies aren't taking even more of our money than they already are.
And I think that's where we're going to start to get to. It's like, and I'm not trying to pick on Vito or anything like that.
No,
that's not where I'm getting at. But he brings up really good points that I think we have to start to change our mindset of what we're doing when we say mid-tier. Because I would actually argue that the Pixel 5 has effectively mid-range specs. Like you're talking to 765G. But again, going with that Samsung S20 FE, look, I'm not a Samsung person. Everybody knows that I'm not a Samsung person. Yes, I'm a Google person. I totally get that. But the S20 FE, that thing is a freaking powerhouse, and it's the same price. Maybe a little bit more. I can't remember. Can you look that up?
Yeah.
That my thing is like, it's now about the experience. There you go. General public doesn't understand. It doesn't matter about flagship specs. Yeah. The hit the 20 on the head. Google's charging $700 for less than others at the same price, which is where I think we have to get into. It's about experience. It's the experience that you're looking for. Me personally, I am not chasing the specs because I want the experience. Like there's certain experiences that I want in the Pixel. I want the Google Assistant baked in. I really like the features that I see in the Pixel. But so for us, the FE is $799. I know that it's been cheaper somewhere else, but for us, at least where I'm at, is $799 or $700, $699. I don't know why I said that. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like the FE really could be a flagship. It's got a great chipset, got great amount of RAM, got great amount of storage, same cameras as the Fold 2. Everything points that it should be a flagship by the definition of the spec sheet, but Samsung priced it at $700. It's about the experience. Then there's going to be some sort of differentiator. I don't know why. I don't know why, because Samsung normally doesn't do that, but there's going to be some sort of differentiator or something there that tells me that's a mid-tier experience. Now with Google, that's what they're going for, and I'm willing to pay the $700 to get the Pixel experience. Much like if somebody wants to be in the Apple ecosystem, they'll pay either the iPhone 11 or 12 price, or they'll go buy the 20 SE, the iPhone SE.
The iPhone SE.
Why did I just stroke out there for a second?
Because it seems like they've released like 14 different phone models this year.
Yeah. And Larry admits it.
He's a sim for specs in the history of years ever.
Right.
So,
and it's easy to get started. It is super easy to get caught up in the specs. I am a person that you should absolutely go out and buy the best value that you possibly can, get the best bang for your buck. But what I'm saying is Google and Apple and Samsung. Google's a software company. Apple, they make things that get people in their system because it's software, not hardware. Because for the longest time, they didn't shove their machines full of RAM. Pause. They just didn't. That's the thing to talk about is the idea is like they made the software experience better. When everybody talks about an Apple, what do you talk about? I have to have iMessage. I have to have AirDrop. Those are not hardware. That's software. That is software. That's a software thing that you can get on other phones. So for me, again, it's about the experience. Mid-range price, flagship level experience, or mid-range price, the experience that I'm willing to buy.
Or the,
OnePlus is
the
another great
experience that you
example.
want.
Right.
Yeah.
OnePlus is another great example. It's another great example. They are the flagship killers, and they just came out with the OnePlus 8T today. $749, I think it was. I have it written down. Yep, $749. 12 gigs of RAM, 250 gigs of storage. That thing on paper is a beast. Beast, and it's fast. OnePlus is probably my second favorite in terms of Android. Obviously Pixel, then OnePlus, then LG, then Samsung. Like, that's just kind of how my head goes in terms of the way it is. I really like what they've done. Their cameras just aren't that, they're not where I want the camera to be because of the experience that I want. And that's okay. That's okay. Vertical Video Vixen. Heyo! My BFF just arrived, who's fans of Chris Farley like I am. The 8 Plus T is a beast for the price. But my thing is like, I'll go back to it. Somebody's going to port over the Gcam from Pixel 5. And somebody's going to say that OnePlus is the best phone, which is fine. It's okay. I just want the Google experience. That's it. That's all I want. I want the Google experience. But you can go get that in another phone. Like, no, I just give me the Google experience. Great battery life.
Much like with people who know and love the iOS ecosystem, I'm with you. Because of you, I have transitioned everything I do in my life. I literally have a Pixel phone, a Chromebook, and another Chromebook sitting in front of me right now. I live and breathe inside the Google ecosystem. So,
fanboy.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a fanboy of water too. But yeah, I am willing to basically take whatever Google gives me because that's the experience I want without any other manufacturers or software companies putting stuff on the phone that I don't need.
And you know what? That's okay, because you used to be Team Apple.
Yeah, for like a minute.
Not a minute. You had one of those big giant blue Macs. You were a Mac head for a long time, bro.
Well, yeah, but I only had one iPhone as a smartphone, and then I switched over to Google.
See? Digital Slang said it. He hates me because you want the Google experience. How dare me? How dare I have a Google experience? How dare I have a different opinion than anybody else? We got to stop with this. And can we also stop with the, I almost let it fly. Oh, my, I almost let it fly. Can we also stop with this crap about, well, if I disagree with you, well, you're a whatever the thing I'm arguing against fanboy. Stop it. Stop it right now. I can have a preference. That doesn't make me a fanboy. Where did it even come from?
I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all. Why are people, what is this? Like, I don't care that you like another thing. Look, I like Google. Who cares? Does that pay your bills for me saying you love Google? I love Google? Nope. Well, some does. Not me. Toby, welcome to the show.
Channel.
Hello, Team Apple. Hello. And see, I'm Team Tuna Tech. I am also Team Tuna Tech. So much so I put you in my video. You literally made it in my video because you may have called me a liar. And you may have been right.
I think everybody was right.
And I don't understand. Like, I still, like, today's video, and I get like this, especially when I have big releases like this. By the way, I have a new video coming out every single day for the next week. I'm exhausted. I am so tired. There has been so many nights where I have just been up editing close to midnight. I had unbelievable amounts of edits in the video that comes out tomorrow. Tomorrow's video is actually the Pixel 5 versus the 4a. Side-by-side comparisons. I did take some feedback, constructive feedback from people who say, what you should do is this. It's a little harder of an edit, but I did it anyway because people wanted to see it. So cool. You're going to see side-by-side comparison shot vertically, of course. That's a shout out to my vertical homie that's in the comments right now. I shot two vertical videos like this of the 5 and the 4a side by side. So you'll see the difference. And spoiler alert, it's not huge if you already have the 4a because Google makes the experience that good for you. If you have a 4A, that is a damn good phone. It's $350. That is a damn good phone. Oh man. Larry, I used to love rolling my own firmware image on S4. Then Knox came along. Look, Knox screwed everything up. All the things. Just, stupid Knox. Team Samsung, only because they suck me into their dang ecosystem. Phone, what is MST? What is that? What's MST payments? Why do I not know that? Mountain Standard Time payments. Either. I just want to make it up.
Yeah.
Watch, TV, Smart Things Hub. I get it. Like, I totally get it. The cool thing about Google Home, though, like the Google Home app allows you to link all that stuff together and you can see it in like a hub. So I could probably get you out of it. If you wanted to get out. Aaron, if you want help, let me know. I can help you.
MST stands for Magnetic Secure Transmission. It's a form of mobile payment technology.
There you go. Okay. Thank you very much. A Mountain Standard Time payment. That's what it sounded like for me.
Yep.
Okay. So I just went ham for like 32 minutes. I don't even actually know what I said. How about trying to understand why the other person prefers one piece of tech over the other? Folks might learn a thing. Absolutely. Honestly, that's part of the reason why. Plus, I got a sweet, sweet deal on a Note 20 Ultra. I hadn't bought a Note for a long time. I bought that.
Since the 7, right?
No, that's the one that blew up, right?
I know. That's the
4,
joke.
I think. I almost bought the 7 before it blew up. True story. And then it blew up. But no, like I got that, and it's a great phone. Films in 8K. I don't really know why I would use the 8K because I can get 4K 60 frames a second with great stabilization, and that will be another video that comes out in 3 days from now, I think. That one's tomorrow. So I did a 4A versus 5 in tomorrow's video. The video after that is explaining the new Pixel 5 video modes, which are phenomenal, by the way, and that's the stabilization modes. And then I think it's the Note 20 versus the Pixel 5, and I think it's the 4 XL versus the Pixel 5, and then I think it's the LG Velvet during the next Pixel 5. I think it's something like that. They all blend together, to be 100% honest. There's so much footage. You have no idea. The sheer copious amounts of footage that I have, I'll bet you 500 gigs easily of footage. My Pixel 5 video was 15 minutes long. It was a 52 gig 4K file when I first got it. 52 gigs. My MacBook was like, did not like it at all. It was really bad.
You still crammed it in there and made it work.
Pause. Did. Yeah. Last non-Samsung phone was a Huawei 6P. It's a great phone. It's a great phone. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got to talk about other things other than Pixel, even though I'll probably get on something in that. What words? iPhone 12 came out yesterday. How do you feel about that?
I heard. You know, as a Google fanboy, I didn't really care all that much. I didn't even watch the live presentation, mostly because I was at work. But you know, it's for what it is. They are still pushing the mobile game forward for people in their ecosystem and for their business. So let them live, I guess.
Larry, if you would be so kind to save the shrieking soundbite and then send it to me, I will actually put it on my soundboard. I will put it on my soundboard and have it as a soundbite that I use. So yes, please, if you would be so kind, that would be great. Or send me the minute, 35 minutes that I did it, and I'll go save it myself. So, Dean, you're always late. Glad you're here. You just happened to come in for the iPhone talk, and you did miss a pretty good rant. I will say that.
Well, that just means Dean will have to go back to the beginning and get more watch minutes for this video. So.
Booyah, watch minutes. Love it. Okay, so let's talk about the iPhone. I also did not watch the event, but not because I don't like Apple, That's not the reason. I was actually golfing, so like I just didn't.
You were shooting birdies.
I was. It was worth it. Like, I don't mind. Like, I was out there. They're saying that the iPhone 12 mini pre-order is November 6th, November 13th availability. The iPhone 12, which really seems like the one to get, October 16th pre-order, October 23rd availability. iPhone 12 Pro, 16th pre-order, 23rd availability. iPhone 12 Pro Max, November 6th pre-order, November 13th availability. iPhone 12 mini is the same with much better specs for the price. The $699 truly isn't $699, and we're going to talk about that in a second. That's also for 64 gigs, which is half the storage that you get in a Pixel 5, so not the same specs. Not the same specs. It's also $729 because Apple evidently was lying, and I don't really know why the price difference.
Well, they worked out a deal with AT&T and Verizon,
Okay.
to where if you sign up with one of those carriers, or if you're already on one of those carriers, they are the two biggest ones in the country, you can get the iPhone 12 mini for $699 or the iPhone 12 for $799.
There we go.
But if you want a phone that is unlocked, so you can take it wherever you want to go, or you don't happen to be on AT&T or Verizon, you get upcharged $30 for not being with one of the two biggest mobile carriers in the country. So the iPhone 12 mini becomes $729, and the standard iPhone 12 is $829. And again, that just keeps pushing the price up beyond what some of the other companies' top tier devices are. And it's not exactly truthful marketing, which
I have a problem with. It's like it's $699 kinda. Kathleen asked, how much actual storage do you need on a phone if you upload everything to photos, etc.? So that depends. I will do the Google Photos thing, and I'll do a little bit of a background on what you can do. So if you use Google Photos and you upload to Google Photos using the high quality option, it's free, but that's compressed. Now, most people, they're not going to care. They are not going to care about the fact that it's compressed. You're not going to be printing out photos. You're going to be keeping everything online. So as long as you're uploading to the cloud that way, that would never count against storage, and you could basically offload all your photos onto it. Same thing with videos. However, 4K files can get large quickly. Now, for just the sake of an example, on the Canon EOS R, where I'm talking to you right now, if you record 21 minutes of 4K at 24 frames a second, that is a 52 gig file. Now, on a phone, it's not. On a phone, it's not quite that bad, but it's still probably 25 to 30 gigs for the file. Now, if you don't upload that, and by the way, that would take some time to upload a file that large.
Phone's going to get a little warm.
Its phone's going to get a little warm. You're going to want to plug that thing in. Probably definitely not going to want to use your network. You're going to definitely want to use Wi-Fi on that one. So it's really going to be dependent upon your use case. Like Vito says, 64 is all I've ever gotten because I never surpassed that amount. If you're a person, okay, so hello, normal users like right now, not YouTubers, no gaming, just mirror selfies. Just if you're doing it for the gram, so to speak.
Well, Kathleen, for everybody who doesn't know, don't. No. Hang on, I'm going to be nice.
But don't say anything about anything. Be cautious here.
I was just going to say she's been killing it with her workout routine.
There we go.
COVID.
Okay. All right.
Come on, bruh.
Bro, like, hey, I almost dropped the F word again. Almost did it.
I haven't done that yet.
Almost did it. I haven't done that since Greg. It's been a long time since I did it.
I know.
Anyway, so what I'm going to get into it. Normal users just mirror selfies or Peloton things. It's not necessarily just the photos that are the problem anymore. It's also background applications that are also caching storage space on your device. Like if you go right now, if you have an Android phone, go check and see which apps are using cached storage on your phone. You'll find some of the ones like Google Photos, Chrome. I think with Apple, it's going to be things. I mean, I don't use an Apple, so it's hard to say. I can only speak to the Google stuff. Is like there's a lot of apps. Like my Microsoft Outlook for my work caches a lot of stuff. So they're doing that. So it does take storage. Now you can like clear the cache, of course, but the idea is 64 gigs probably will be good. 128 for sure will be good. Like I would say 128 should be the minimum at this point because the way that app developers are caching things to make their apps run faster,
right?
There's a reason why they do it. They do it so their app opens quicker, so it's a much more seamless experience for you as a user. But when they do that, it's actually basically caching storage space on your phone. And so the bigger that these apps get, the more they're caching, therefore the more storage space that it's running. And then when you clear that cache, the app runs like crap because it has to do the stuff that it doesn't normally have to do. So really,
I actually have the perfect example of that. So today, I had a little bit of downtime at work, so I was just running through my phones, and I got an alert that from a news website that said, as of today, Google has killed all the old Google Play infrastructure in the app itself. So just curious, or Google Music, I'm sorry, not Google Play, Play Music. So I went in to see what that app was doing on my phone. It had saved 1.5 gigs of data to my phone, which I was able to then wipe because the app is no longer supported. So it's no longer going to be running, even if I clicked it. So I cleared the storage, cleared the cache, and disabled the app. And now I have 1.5 gigs back on my phone to play around with. So those apps that do cache stuff natively on the device can end up taking a lot of space that you're not realizing.
I literally just opened up right now just to say I have 128 gigs. I've used 48%. That's pretty good, right? So that's 60 gigs that I've used. I have 19 gigs in photos and videos, which, I mean, that's my gig, so that's my thing. Right. 1.3 gigs in music and TV. 0.6 in games, 0.6 gigs, so 600 megs in games, and I don't game. 1.8 in movies and TVs, because that's right, Netflix, Hulu, they cache data, and 38 in other. And then I go down, it's Outlook, Edge, Teams, DJI Memo, Word, Instagram, OneNote. They're caching stuff on there, again, for a better user experience, but it comes at, again, the storage. That's what you have to be aware of. You can get rid of it, but still, if you want to have that nice experience, caching is the way to go. It's like I would recommend anybody getting 128, 100% you're going to have more than enough at 128. That's just the way I would recommend.
Lord, what? Vito has over 200 apps installed on his phone. Like, that's amazing.
That's a lot of apps.
I think I have about 50 apps, and most of those come pre-installed from Google.
Wow.
Lord have mercy.
That's a lot of apps, man. Hey, whatever. Fox Tex, welcome to the show. I always get the 128. People think about iPhone 12 using H265 Apple Pro Raw. Pro Raw. Oh, baby, Apple, I like it raw. Oh, baby, I like it raw.
Do you like your apples raw, Scott?
So here's another thing that I think Apple really screwed up on. Look, I'm not hating on Apple, but they really screwed this up. I do not like the messaging that they went here. And this is like another holy war. You're going to think that there is no one in the middle on the thing that I'm about ready to talk about. You either are so far against it or you so far don't care. There is nowhere in between. Nowhere in between. The Apple iPhone 12 does not include a charging brick or headphones. Doesn't this year. Doesn't do it. People are up in arms, or they're like, it's better for the environment. Now, hang on a minute. Now, Apple came out and said that they did this because they really care about the environment. I'm calling BS straight up. That's a lie. That is a lie.
On that too.
That is a lie. That is a lie. There is no way that everybody has a charging brick. Bull. Not everybody has a charging brick. Well, you could find one. Baloney. Kevin the Tech Ninja came out and said he asked all of his family members. He even did it. He goes, "Hey, I forgot my charger. Can I borrow yours?" Almost unanimously, they were like, "Yeah, but I need it back because it's the only charger I have." Exactly. Not everybody has these stupid little white 5-watt charging bricks laying around. Fine. You want to come out there and say that you did it for environmental purposes? Don't say that. That is a lie. And here's why that's a lie. Because what you should be doing is getting rid of the lightning port, because that is tech debt. That is a old piece of tech that you should have retired, because you have the ability to do USB Type-C in all of your other stuff. My Mac's a USB Type-C. iPad Pros are USB Type-C. Tons of other Apple products, USB Type-C. What are you doing? Lightning. That's a proprietary cable. That is a proprietary port. That means people have to specifically make cords for that. That's not environmentally safe. Let's go on top of the fact that what they've done is they've included a cord that's lightning to USB Type-C. My voice just cracked. What are you doing? What are you doing? That's not what you need to be doing. And let's talk about the fact that if you don't have a USB type brick, if you don't have something that you can plug in and then plug the cord in, you still have to then go out and buy it. So now let's talk about this MagSafe that they have, which, by the way, I think is a great idea. Love MagSafe. Wonderful idea. The LG Velvet, when you use the dual case with the 2 screens, you have effectively that. You plug a USB Type-C because that's the way it's supposed to be, and you just MagSafe it in like magnetically. No problem. I'm going to read you this bit to you. This is directly from Joanna Stern, who writes for the Journal. I'm assuming she writes for the Wall Street Journal. Let me validate that before I say something stupid. Yes, she's a senior personal technology, definitely almost said the wrong word, columnist. You can kind of you can see where I was going with that. Didn't want to say that. The MagSafe wireless charger seems awesome for $39, which means you now, instead of $729, it's now $729 plus $40, until you realize there's no charging brick in the box. The craziest part, even if you buy a $39 MagSafe charger, you still need to buy a separate USB Type-C charging brick to plug it into the wall. Nope, that doesn't come in the box either. So we're really talking about $60 at least. So when we're in this place, there's still a cord sticking out of the back of the phone. So you spend $60 more. You spend $60 more because they decided not to include a brick for you to charge. I can hear the people in the back be like, but it has wireless charging. Not the point. Not the point. Don't say you're not including it for environmental reasons and then charging $60 for MagSafe and a USB Type-C brick. Miss me with that bull. I'm not buying it.
That iPhone mini now is $800 unlocked. Plus, for the people who are going to buy the MagSafe or who need a new pair of headphones, Apple has absolutely killed their environmental cause, because that's going to be 3 orders shipped 3 times on 3 separate aircraft. That absolutely blows all your environmental BS out of the water by not including it in the shipment with the phone.
And I'm fine that they didn't include it, but do not say, I want to save the pandas in the environment. That is a lie. That is not why you did it. You did it to save costs. I am okay with that. Just say I did it because, hey, people should have these. If not, they have the option to come into our store, pick one up, or buy one for $5 or $2 or whatever it is. Like, if you truly don't have one, come to an Apple store, or do what Samsung did, where they mail it to you in like this weird, discreet, like brown paper bag. Hey, I want these headphones, like, because Samsung also didn't include the AKG headphones with one of their phones. And somebody goes, well, I really want one of those. If you write to them, they'll send you one. They'll send it to you in a jankety package, but they'll still send you one. And Apple should have done that. Don't give me the concept of, but it's environmental. Stop it.
Well, especially especially when the phones are filled full of rare earth metals and, let's not even get into Apple's manufacturing processes and
Not
things
going
like
there.
that. So again,
Miss me with it.
it's a
I'm not
cost
having
saving
it.
strategy for them and a cost or a money making strategy on top of that when they're going to overcharge you for a brick that would have been baked into the cost of the phone 6 months ago.
And here's the thing. If they would just go to USB Type-C, this wouldn't be a problem. iPhone 13, go to USB Type-C, include the brick one time. Just include the brick one time in the box. USB Type-C. And the iPhone 14, get rid of it. Fine. At that point, you can say you can get USB Type-C anywhere because you can. You can get it Android, Apple, Samsung, OnePlus, LG, Xiaomi. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's universal for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, environment, save the pandas because you want to make a proprietary lightning cable. Real environmental. Stop it. Quit it. Why didn't they offer an option to buy it with a phone with and without? That would have been a great idea. That would be awesome. Give the people the power of choice. They did it to reduce the cost of the brick by $10. Yeah, I mean, I saw something earlier where somebody, I don't know who it was, had made a comment like people were complaining about having $1,000 iPhone, but getting headphones, and then now they're more upset because the iPhone's $200 less. It's like that's an apples and oranges argument, really, because the iPhone's still like the iPhone Pro Max still $1,100, still $1,100, and I still don't get a brick or anything in the box. So I don't think that was it was a little bit of a different argument. I don't remember who it was, but I could be butchering that tweet all up too, which is fair.
All right, but
I'm angry tonight.
I think what'll be really interesting is in the next 24 to 48 hours, how many of the Apple fanboys and girls and non-binary people come out with videos just raking Apple over the coals for this quote unquote environmental saving measure, or can nobody speak ill of Apple because it's Apple?
And see Dean saying, and that's what I'm said above, Europe's been telling them to revert to USB or face a sanction. They should be going to that. I don't understand. Like USB-C, exactly, Vito. The USB-C should be the norm. They're using it in all their MacBooks. They're using it in all their iPads. What are you doing? You know how to do it. You just don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. Call it like it is. You had the courage to get rid of the headphone jack. You don't have the courage to go to USB Type-C. What are you doing, Apple? Let's talk, Timmy. Me and you. Let's go. You want to dance in six-sided ring of fire? I don't think you do.
Let's get Tim Apple on the phone and straighten this out for the world.
God, let me see what mess I have over here. Just comments and comments and comments on people. Man,
I like OW Aaron's comment about,
Aaron.
If people don't want to pay Apple for the $35 or the $60 new charging thing, they're going to buy a knockoff, and it could potentially damage their phone and or void the warranty, and then you have to spend another $800 for the Mini, which again knocks out the environmental thing because you've bought two phones.
I have no. If they don't want to include it, fine. My problem is the environmental spin.
Be straight about it.
The environmental spin ain't it, Chief. That ain't it. I'm not having that because that's not the way it should be. If you're saying it's fully an environmental call, show me the data. Show me the data. I'm a numbers guy. Show me the numbers where you say by not including it, I am actually eliminating X number of percent of environmental waste. Because I don't buy it. Because it's still going to require people to go out and get things. Yes, could they use it? Sure. But do they have USB Type-C bricks? Nope. Unless they're using a Mac, which then at that point, they can totally use like a MacBook charger. To be fair, the online
Apple is just conceited enough that they think everybody who has one of their phones also has one of their computers.
That's fair. I mean, that's not out far out of the realm, to be honest. The online non-anonymous Apple enthusiast. The real life users know the spin. You're right. You can't hear me?
I lost your mic.
I can hear me.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can the people in the comments hear me? Hopefully. Hit me in the comments if you can.
Actually, my headphones.
I'm going to guess it's probably your headphones, which means you can't hear a word that I'm saying. And if I just put my mic right here, you can't actually read my lips either, which is the best part. You have no idea what I've said, do you? This is the best.
I don't want to ruin the stream with feedback, so just go ahead.
This is the best. Ooh. He probably has no idea that I'm playing music right now. Yeah, we can hear you both. I get it. Stats has no idea what I'm saying. You're guessing that I played music right there, right?
I can see your mouth moving, but I can't hear a thing because I don't want to turn on the speaker on my phone and have it come back through the microphone. So go ahead, say whatever you're going to say. I'll go back and rewatch the last 5 minutes of the show and leave a snarky comment on the video.
Oh, the best. If it wasn't technically speaking, it wouldn't be an S show. That's the truth. Our show is just a mess.
I'm not good enough to read.
I want you to try.
Lips, so
I want you to try. Try to read my lips. I want you to
try. This is like the headphone game.
It is like the headphone game. Try to read my lips.
Okay.
So what did I just say?
Yeah, I didn't get that
one. This is the best. I am a giant Pixel fanboy.
You're going to shut up? That's never going to happen.
That's definitely not what I said. Evil laugh soundbite.
I like Gabriel's idea, except
fast enough to transcribe.
15 seconds behind your.
I know, right? It would be the best. This is what we do. This is what we do. But yeah, I mean, we're about 2 minutes out. Stats, where can they find you?
Oh, so whenever I decide to get back on social media after the election, when I don't sneak in on my computer at work, you can find me at Helix Heinlein on the tweet machine and at Country Smith on the Instagram.
He heard that one. Somehow magically he figured out how to read my lips on, hey, give yourself a plug.
Yeah, I still can't. I can't
see, like all of a sudden he realizes that he has to give himself a plug, and he's like, okay, I got that one. I can do that quick read. But anything else, he's like, oh yeah, no, can't read your lips. Totally lost in the show. No idea what's going on.
I know you're telling some sort of story about me, but this is going to be fantastic to go back and watch the last
he's like, wait a minute. It's all about me. I got this. Don't worry about it. You can find me at blah, 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 whatever the thing is. But like the minute all of a sudden he has no idea and it's not about him, he's just like, I don't know. He said some words, something in English. Nope. You got nothing. You got nothing. It's the best. You can find me at Scott Peachy on Twitter, at the Scott Peachy on the Instagram. Did you get that one?
Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying.
See, it's not about him, so he doesn't care. If it's not about stats, he doesn't really care. Folks, I love you. Thank you so much for coming. No, you had 19 strong tonight. Thank you so much for coming in. Absolutely love the live shows. They are fantastic. I almost didn't do a live show tonight because I have so many videos coming out, but I love all of you, and I can't not do it. I'm going to eat a chocolate chip cookie that my wife made. She actually made 84 cookies. That'll be another story for another day. She forgot how to math.
You're a lucky man, having a wife that makes you chocolate chip cookies when you leave the room to go take a phone call.
Well, I mean, hey, she's fantastic. So there's that. Thank you all so much. I will see you all in a week. Check out the channel. I'm going to have videos probably go live about 9 a.m. So you should have them to watch when you're not working, while you're working from home. Love you all. Have a great evening. Be good or be good at it. Bye.